Some things you don't gotta explain. If you've been through it, if you lived it, if you know, you know, yeah. Started from the bottom where the lights stay low. Dreams in my pocket, but the world said no. Cold nights, grounded, heart full of stone. Built my own lane, now the path is my throne. People talk loud, but they don't really see. Every scar on my soul built the man I be. Pressure makes diamonds, yeah, that's how it goes. Real ones understand, if you know, you know. Late nights, no sleep, chasing that glow. Pain in the past, but the fire still grows. Truth in the struggle, strength in the soul. You don't need words, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Through the fire and the rain we go. If you know, you know. From the shadows to the stage we glow. Raise your hands, let the whole world know. Some things only the real ones know. If you know, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Walking through storms where the thunder rolls. Life tried to break me, but I kept control. Every closed door turned into a road. Every dark night made the fire explode. Loyalty deep like a code we chose. Fake ones fade when the truth unfolds. We keep it real, that's the life we show. No explanation, if you know, you know. From the pain came power, from the doubt came pride. Every battle fought, every tear we cry. We rise like thunder, hear the crowd explode. This is more than music, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Through the struggle, the legends grow. If you know, you know. Turn the pain into rocket flow. Raise your voice, let the whole world know. Some things only the real ones know. If you know, you know. Yeah, yeah, no.
Only in me. Only in me.
You can throw it all away when things break, when things shatter.
Write it on your face.
Every little detail matters.
Only in me.
I feel the tension in my veins, like the spring that won't release. Every secret, every stain, still echoing underneath.
I'm the coil, I'm the weight, I'm the ghost you can't escape. Only in me.
It never fades.
Only in me.
The mess you made,
You try to hide, but I still see. Everything lives.
yes, yeah.
Only in me.
Yeah, you say you didn't know, but you knew from the start. Every crack in the mirror came straight from your heart. You play the victim, point fingers, rewrite the scene. But the truth don't vanish, it just hides in between. Every lie that you told, every mask that you wore, got you pacing in circles, still knocking on the same door. Try to bury the past, but it's stuck in your chest. Even silence gets loud when you're fighting yourself.
Only in me.
Yeah, die for me, brother.
You don't know what you've seen,
Love one another.
but it's never what it seems.
Lie for me, brother.
Hide behind the cover.
When everything breaks,
You run from each other. No one's ever truly good. No one's ever truly evil. We do things you never should. And we're never really equal. No one's ever truly good. No one's ever truly evil. We do things we never could.
still pretending we're all
People.
Take your best shot, go ahead, release pressure. All that anger just turns into a stretcher. Carrying weight that you never addressed. Now it's living in your lungs, now it's stuck in your breath. Propaganda in your head, got you lost in the spin. Calling me out, but you're hiding your sin. You built this fire, now you're feeling the heat. But the truth don't die, it repeats, it repeats.
You point your finger, but it comes back to you. Only in me.
It never fades. my skin. Yeah. Something in the dark is calling out my name. Every time the sun goes down, I feel the change. Heartbeat racing like a fire in my veins. Every moment turning pages in the flames. Electric in the air, feel the tension rise. City lights reflecting deep inside your eyes. Lost between the shadows and the skyline glow. This is where the broken hearts ignite the show. I feel the energy burning inside of me. We're gonna set this free tonight. Let's light it up tonight, like a meteor burning through the sky. Won't fade into the night. With diamonds in the dark, we're gonna shine. Light it up tonight. Let the fire in our souls collide. We won't fall without a fight. So light it up tonight. Yeah. So light it up tonight. Yeah. Turn the lights low, feel the bass in your chest. Every doubt in my head getting laid to rest. We were stuck in the shadows, living half alive. Now we're breaking through the dark just to finally rise. See the sparks in the sky like a signal flare. Every voice in the crowd saying we're still here. Every scar, every loss, turn the spark to a flame. Now the whole world's burning when they scream our name. We were lost in the noise, trying just to survive. Now the sound of the night makes the moment ignite. So we strike like lightning when the beat drops down. Turn the fear into fire when the world shuts down. The energy breaking the chains in me. We're gonna set this free tonight. Let's light it up tonight, like a meteor burning through the sky. We won't fade into the night. With diamonds in the dark, we're gonna shine. Light it up tonight. Let the fire in our souls collide. We won't fall without a fight. So light it up tonight. Your eyes shining through the night. Your voice pulling me to the light. My head keeps spinning. The world keeps shifting. But we won't disappear. Let's light it up tonight, like 1,000 stars across the sky. We won't fade into the night. We're burning brighter every time. Light it up tonight. Let the darkness finally ignite. We won't fall without a fight. So light it up tonight. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Big Rudy Show. Oh man, my throat. I'm your host, Mr. Rudy. Today we're gonna have a special show today, and I want to thank everyone coming here to my live stream. So I'm gonna give everybody a round of applause being here. So it's the weekend, guys. It's Friday. I'm streaming really early because a lot of friend from the channel Geek Zip podcast doing his last season finale show, and you have a special guest, so I need to watch it or you get mad at me. Just kidding. And you got DJ calling. Doing a live stream. So around like 5 o'clock. So I want to put everybody to watch everybody, jumping in, jumping out. But I want everybody to enjoy the show. So, yeah. Then I added Venmo or PeerPay. If I spell Venmo right, am I correct? I don't know how to check my spelling. Come on, Rudy. You just graduated in university. You know how to spell Venmo. Come on. But if you like to donate to my show, it's up to you. You know, I'd be happy if it's $1, but for I'm using that money because my cousin invited me to go during September to travel with him to Spain, but I need a vacation. Last time I went to vacation since 2021, since Washington D.C. and New York City, and really need to get out of the country. Really need to take a vacation time. So yeah. So I look up how much the price is. Yeah, really need to get a passport still. And well, buy his airplane and everything with. So I'm going during September before my birthday. So the planet in September before my birthday. So it'll be a great birthday gift / vacation time / graduation present. So if it's up to you guys if you want to donate or not. You know what? I would sell my collection if I had to go to take a vacation. Yeah, I looked at passport. I'll be around like at least like $200, and travel airfare costs at least like $800 to $1,000. So it'll be 1,200 total. And if I want to get a hotel, all the stuff, food. So I'm guessing around like $3,000, probably $3,000. I don't know math. I'm a child adolescent. I know I want to study about kids. All right, guys. So I'm not a mathematician. What up, geek? Do not you go? I do not. You go to college? Laughing out loud. The heart. Get that passport. Yeah, I need to get that passport first. It will take like if I do it like this week or next week, it will take like a month to get it. Yeah, I need to get that visa. It's all right. I'll be sticking there. Spain, Barcelona. See, Arrow is my accountant now. Yeah, so let's get into the content. So let's get into you know, wait, let me get to my content. Sorry, guys. If you know Tiffany Stratton from WWE, Tiffany Stratton, she was doing a signing and people asked her to open some Pokemon cards. So for use, and let's
of all time. Tiffy Stratton, and it is Tiffy time at Big League. But now, she may be the champion in the ring, but how is she at the Who Am I game? So Tiffany,
I
this is how it works.
have a helper.
You got a tag team partner.
I might tag her in the entire match. That is true. But
Well, the answer's got to come from you. You can consult your partner.
I'll just
So inside here, there's a Pokemon character.
Okay.
I show it to you. If you guess it right, you win this 151 pack. And we're going to go all the way down. Some of these are very rare packs.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Fusion Strike?
And if you run the table and get them all right, you win the box.
So I'll let you know, some Pokemon cards, they're hard to find in stores. You can't find it at GameStop or Target, but if you go to like a card shop or a local card shop that have it, and the price is like, how much for Pokemon 51? $15 ago. Gosh damn. How much for the other card? $12. Then the new set, $8. So Pokemon card is hella expensive.
Oh, are you ready? Now,
do it.
here's,
I think it'll be great. Okay.
here's the bad news. If you win, you win the prize. If you miss, you will immediately be bombed, just like everybody else.
Bomb.
Whoa!
Whoa! It's not pleasant when it happens to you.
Okay.
All right. So, are we ready?
Yes.
I'm all about it.
Let's see.
Who am I? Is it A, Gengar? Is it B, Jigglypuff? Or is it C, Bulbasaur? Talk it over with your tag team partner.
Let me see who knows that Pokemon. We all know it's Gengar. Hope she get it right if she know her Pokemon.
I'm gonna go with A.
Final answer. The
Yes.
answer is Gengar. And ding, 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 ding. Go ahead, open it up.
Wow, she get it right. Good for her.
Are you good to open the pack?
Yeah. I think
Okay. Oh, all right. Let's see what we got here.
See, I'm not
Yeah,
that much
not
of a
your
rookie.
first rodeo.
Okay, we've got Splashy Splash. Oddish.
Oh, she knows Oddish.
Oh, sorry. Oddish. Mankey. Oh, he's so cute. He looks like Crumble. Meowth. Meowth.
Meow.
Meowth. Yeah. Meowth. It's a little kitty cat. We've got Dragonair.
It's called Mouth. But we let you, Tiffany, because you know you're pretty, though.
Seadra. Kabuto. Horsey.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, she's pretty cool.
Oh!
Is that good?
That is good.
Really good.
Yes.
Polyrath, you got a hit. Very
And I
nice.
got it hit.
Keep it down.
Poliwhirl. Oh, what's this guy? Jolteon.
Jolteon's not bad too.
Okay.
Basic energy.
What's that mean?
It's just an energy card.
But we'll case that one up before you. Okay, well, we're moving up.
Great.
So get a little more
Right.
challenging
Round two.
here.
Oh boy.
Going to
This
get
is
a
the
little
Fusion
more challenging. This is Fusion. That's right.
Fusion Strike.
Very
Okay.
good pack.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna clear these for you. We'll keep that.
All right. Are we streaming? Okay.
Yeah.
Streaming.
Who am I?
Show the chat.
I'll show
Ah!
the answer. I'll show the answer.
Pressure's on. Now you got a good tag team partner. Is it A, Abra? Well, try without Lexi first.
Okay.
Is it A, Abra? Is it B, women's champion of all?
Oh, guys, sorry. The only show I have. But great. That was great that she opening, give her some Pokemon questions and open pack. Let me go back. At least 150 to 200. Oh yeah, I read that. Just plain laughing aloud. Now my wife always tell me that's math. Facts. It me. It's me. Oh yeah. So what do you think about Tiffany guessing some Pokemon the first round? If I do another video of it, of she guessing all the Pokemon, I will continue finding them in the video. Like, share, see you on the next video. Peace. All right, guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna open some packs. So we're gonna open My Hero Academia. Yeah, Arrow. I'm not gonna blur my background no more because you called it out from one of my my shelf of Funko Pop. Come on, Arrow. I know you say that in the live stream. Come on, Arrow. I only have one eye to see. It's hard and difficult, but at least I tried the first shell was perfect. Epic shell. Extreme Hero. Dark Shadow Drive. First appearance. Yeah, I need to get my focus on. Double Blaze Wish. Rogue Victory. And then Right Hook. Forward. Met Kick. Then Giant Bite. So it's a hollow. What's up, Andrew Sweeney? Hey, Rudy, how you doing? Doing really great, man. Doing really great. Then open another hero. You know, I got this all the hero card for $4. The packs. Partner for battle. Prepare for battle. Cruising. Man. Creepy religion. Do you know who played him? is a female voice actor. I better realize that. Then tape. Wave. Laner challenge. Celery style. Well, All Might. Then short grip. Toby. Then holographic fate. So two holographic. Then narrow laser beam. So really good hits. So I got great good hits. What's up, DJ Calling? What's up, man? How you doing? Passing by, say what up. All right. Cool. Next, I will open some Dragon Ball Z trading cards. And this cost me $8. Cause now Dragon Ball Z trading card is coming back now. So they're a local card shop by my house. And I want to learn how to play Dragon Ball Z. So Mana. Grand Supreme Kai. From the Majin Buu saga. And Bros. Then you got Sun Gohan. You got Majin Buu. Turtles. From the Trio Might. The first Dragon Ball Z. Or how many movies they made of him once? Trio Might, yeah. Baby. Super Galagon. With Vegeta turned to the Great Ape, the Gold Ape. You got Tappa. You got Vegeta. Full Moon. Holographic. Then you got Gold Trunks. When you do the future dance, but when they do a mistake, turn to like the skinny guy. So it's a holographic. So 2 good cards. Wow, I'm pulling good cards. Here for a little bit as I get dinner ready. Oh, all right, Chef Monkey. Oh, my early 2000 heart. I used to play and collect Dragon Ball Z card trading cards. Yeah. Growing up watching Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. We don't talk about GT. Never exists. Only for 64 episodes. We skip that. It's all about Dragon Ball Z Super and Dama. Next, we're gonna open some Pokemon cards. We're gonna open some Perfect Order. We got Nose Passive. We got, I don't know, some Pokemon. See, some Pokemon, I don't know. Then you got Pokeball. Savvy. Energy Sweeper. We got Mal. I don't know. It's a new Pokemon. I know some new ones, some old ones. Chargon. I don't know. A reverse holo. Then a reverse holo Electray. Basic energy. And Rose engagement. Full art. Woo! Full art. Some great hits. I need to sleeve them up. All right. Another perfect order. We got, I don't know, some Pokemon I don't know. You got Hippopotamus. It's hard to repronounce the new Pokemon. Ho Digging Travel. Trainer card. Raticate. I know this Pokemon. Raticate. So I know my 151 Pokemon. I see. never. Then some other Pokemon. Then top 4 energy. I think is a reverse hollow. A reverse hollow. Then an holographic lightning draw. I don't know what this Pokemon. It's a reverse hollow. Another basic energy fire. Then this is my last perfect order, and they go to the new set. We got Doublade. I don't know. Man, I feel like I'm Tiffany. Can't read Pokemon very good. Scoop. Sweeping. Turnaround. Energy Sweeper again. Reverse Hollow, same thing. Reverse Hollow. Bird Breaker. Then basic energy. Leaf. Cool cards. I figure out how to use it. And a Slammy GX. I think this is my second pull. If I have him. So yeah. Then we have the new set, Crazy Rising. The new set. I have one more in my backpack because I cannot find it. I have 2 backpacks. I can't find the other one, but I have one more extra of this with the Chikorita coin, with the holographic Charmander, and this pack. But I need to find it still. Let me do my okay. Go easy. We got Leaf Energy. We got Pat Rat. We got Scoopin. We got Coifin. Panama. Trainer. Then same card but reverse hollow. AC script. And if I have a drum roll, extra, right? Reverse hollow. Chef Matthew, you're ruining the party, man. You're ruining the party. Just kidding. It's a YouTuber. You haven't say that. So the real Breaking Nate. We have to blame somebody. We have to blame somebody. You know, if we don't get like a really good hit like this one, you did not ruin the party. If you get like a reverse hollow, you did ruin the party. So it's a joke. If you watch the real Breaking Nate, sorry I didn't bring the good vibe. We like to mess around here. All right, guys. Oh. Next, we talk about I have to represent Arrow. Arrow gonna get mad at me because last time I covered the Angle show, I go, Rudy, cannot promote other wrestling content creator beside me. I'm number one. You're wrestling content creator. Okay, Arrow. Okay, Arrow. You go. So I can give you the views. You know what I mean? To get you the money. Just kidding. I like playing with Arrow. And a good buddy, friend from the channel, the Arrow stream, went to Double or Nothing, AEW. I think it's his first time going to an AEW live event. I'm guessing maybe AEW Dominate. I don't know, but hey, let's see because it's fair use. And also, I went to NXT pay per view to first time experience. So let's go for it. What Arrow say about his first experience at Double or Nothing, and it's fair use. For real, if you go to a live event for AEW or WWE, you feel like the crowd, like, pump you up. I'm more going to like wrestling event more compared to going to like a baseball game or a hockey game or a football or football americano or football soccer. But I love going to live event wrestling. It's my entertainment.
So we got to talk about AEW. A few days have passed and I still can't shake this event. This was by far, well, this was my first AEW pay per view in person, as well as my wife's first AEW event, too.
So this was our first event going to an AEW pay-per-view. My first event was NXT Takeover in LA. Yeah, we go to like live house shows, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, Domini, AEW Domini, Ring of Honor. I went to a Ring of Honor in Vegas one time. Back in the days before Tony Khan bought the company. Because before there was Christopher Daniels, Adam Cole, the Young Bucks, Hangman Page. The list go on.
Double or Nothing 2026 was at
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York.
Arrow, please. No commercial apps. I don't like commercial apps. It's killing my time. Not just kidding. Everyone need the money, you know. So give me your money. Watch my apps, guys.
I was already knowledge. I'm a casual watcher of AEW. I know what's going on. I don't watch it religiously just due to time and in my life. So I can't. I when I can watch it, it's great. If not, I always catch it up through highlights. But I always wanted to go to an event. And what better opportunity as the first pay-per-view in New York City? I never was able to get a chance to go to a Dynamite in Arthur Ashe Stadium due to work, but this event gave me the possibility to do so. And
yeah, because, you know, Arrow work a regular job. Some people don't have a regular job. Recon, I mean, yeah. And for that, Arrow, you know, he's a busy man, you know. He have work, take care of his wife, his YouTube channel, and many more.
I walked in curious to see the event. I've been to mostly indie shows and WWE events, and so there was a lot of curiosity of how an AEW show would compare to mainly WWE. So I walked in curious. I walked out convinced that obviously when it comes to this show, this is by far the front runner wrestling show for the year, and we're only in May. This show outperformed WrestleMania 42, and this show only had one night. It was just a great show from beginning. First match of the main card to the end was consistent. It had a great flow. There was no major gap that felt weird, and I felt respected by the time I left the event. We were able to get an opportunity to sit in the floor, which was great. We were able to meet a guy called Jason. He hooked us up. We were able.
That's really good. For me, if I go to like a live event, I have to sit front row center or back row more on the floor because of my vision. If I get like the cheapest, like at the nosebleed, I can't see for nothing. I see like two little mini ants fighting.
To get photos in front of the ramp stage entrance with AEW championship belts. He was able to hook us up to get that opportunity. So shout out to him and thank you for that. We were able to touch our first wrestling steps in promotion. We didn't even get a chance to do that in an indie show. We were able to touch in a ring. We were able to see behind the announcer's table what happens in there, all the magic. It was cool. We even saw how the video barricade works, which is cool. For my profession that I do outside of streaming and video content, it was amazing to see. So appreciation for that type of opportunity to see a little bit behind the scenes, but great. It was in my almost 40 something years on this earth. And I almost shed a tear being able to have this opportunity to touch all these things that, a wrestling fan would always dream of. So I was already in the emotions before the bell even rang for the.
Yeah, it's really cool that you can see beyond the scene, the commentary table, touch a wrestling ring. Go, ooh, nice. I wish I ever do more stuff before me, man. I never touch a wrestling ring ever. Ever, you was the first one.
very first match in the dark card while we're at it. So already held emotions already up there when it came to that. Here's the thing about, and we were able to sit on floor seats, which was great with decent price tickets, way decent than WWE tickets. I felt respected with these prices. But here's the thing about the floor seats, though. While great, not necessarily needed for this venue at least, because any view you sat at Louis Armstrong Stadium, amazing. Everyone had a decent view, whether it's a little far or
Where's more? I think WWE is expensive if you go to a live pay-per-view. It's like be like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 compared to an AEW pay-per-view. I don't know how much Arrow got paid for going to Front Row Center to an AEW pay-per-view. I've never been to an AEW pay-per-view. Only like TV shows only.
great opportunity for everyone that paid their price got what they wanted. No obstruction, no nothing, so forth. So great choice. The only reason I originally wanted to sit on the floor was to get a chair, commemorative chair, but unfortunately I picked a row that was too far back. It is what it is. Probably just gonna sit where I think I'll get the best view. Which honestly, it's probably the first tier outside of the floor. That's probably the best view you'll get. No obstructions in the floor. Everyone's sitting the same level. So if you're sitting in front of a tall person, you may not get the best view, and probably the best row if you really want to bang for your buck. Great venue, great atmosphere. People are going to probably shit on AEW because, they sold out, yeah, but a 14,000, 15,000 seating capacity. And the only reason that's true because one, WWE blocked, as far as we know, until proven true, as far as we know, they allegedly blocked AEW from doing events at Madison Square Garden. And as far as we know, also Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Two of the biggest venues. And
True. I feel like AEW should do more like sport arenas, like baseball or football stadium more compared to little like basketball arena or hockey arena, same thing. We'll see what's the next level for Tony Khan to do. Tony Khan need to level up for more to book more stadium arena compared to like small vendors.
New York City can't be done because they have, as far as we know, some type of exclusivity with WWE. So AEW can never use those venues. So what does AEW have to do? They have to think differently. They've gone to the Manhattan Center. They have good events going on there, but they've done Arthur Ashe Stadium, which they did for Grand Slam, for Dynamite and Collision, I think 2 or 3 years at this point. They probably would have done it there this year for Double or Nothing, but the problem is that Arthur Ashe Stadium at the time are going through renovations to improve the venue for, I guess, the upcoming US Open that's going to happen in August. So time is of the essence for them. And that event is what these venues are for. So of course, priority is going to go for them. So if that didn't happen, wholeheartedly, I would truly believe they would do Double or Nothing at Arthur Ashe Stadium, regardless. With that amount of crowd, jam-packed, the noise, the atmosphere of the echoes of the chants of the fans and everything was tremendous. With Adam Copeland's entrance to Metalingus, the crowd electrified that. It was such a great way to start, and they did that on purpose to get everyone's emotions on a high cylinder for the pay-per-view. Great way to start. Good on them. Then when Ospreay came out, man, that's mainly why I went to the event. Seeing him, MJF, Adam, pretty much everyone, but he was the main one I wanted to see. Will Ospreay perform.
Yeah. And maybe I see Osprey sometime in the Domina show. I know I remember seeing, like, when I went to it, I saw CM Punk, I saw Adam Cole, I see Kenny Omega. I show you proof. I take picture from Roll Center when they did a hardcore match or street fight. From Center. Oh yeah, Pentagon Jr. was there too, and Ray Phoenix.
The first time ever in person, and it was amazing. His entrance, always loved his entrance, but it was a great event. Let's talk about the fans. The fans are definitely different. These are truly hardcore wrestling fans who love professional wrestling over the entertainment factor, as far as I can see. They are more intelligent when it comes to the history of wrestling and understanding wrestling. Not saying WWE fans are not, they are as well, but their focus is on pro wrestling, not on entertainment. Entertainment's second to them, while WWE tends to be more entertainment than wrestling second. It's how that product has evolved. It is what it is, take it or leave it kind of situation. So some people choose to watch AEW more over WWE, and some people choose WWE over AEW. It is what it is. Everyone has the right to pick their poison. The issue is with tribalism is the judgment, which is a separate issue. Anyway, but when it comes to these fans, great fans. They were very energetic. They were ready to get to the event. They were full action. They were all there, ready to chant, ready to watch their favorite wrestlers. So it was, for us, it took a bit to adjust, only because we've been used to, for the most part, gone to mostly WWE shows. So it's always been, we've used to that type of fandom's feel. So going to an AEW event, had to readjust. And once we did, we were having fun. And it was great. The fans were great with us. We were great with the fans. Hopefully we all enjoyed it. It looked like we all enjoyed it and had a great time. But yeah, they are hardcore fans who love professional wrestling first and foremost. They were nice to me and my wife, like I said, and they stood. The one thing, it was weird in our floor section, at least, our floor section, these fans chose to stand on top of their seats, and sometimes will create obstruction, but it is what it is. It's just the casualty of picking a crazy section like that, I guess. I didn't even know that was a thing, because WWE, as soon as you do that, the security will quickly tell you to come down. And for a reason, because you are blocking the people around you. And sometimes you will get ejected if you continued on a WWE show. For some...
Yeah. When you go, like, a live show and, like, you see, like, people standing up, you can't, like, tall people standing up, you're really short, you can't see the match. I go, man, like, I want to see what's going on. Like, people need to, sit down. Like, you're front row center, you don't have to get up, you know what I mean? But let the short people see, you know what I mean? Don't let tall people sit in front. Let them sit down. Let us see what's going on. Because you're blocking the view. And we pay money for that.
For some reason you don't. Some people were getting pissed off, but some were listening. And eventually you kind of had to follow suit and join them. Because unless you want to sit there and be sour about the show, because fans are standing on the chair, you're not going to enjoy the show. So you had to just join them, and it is what it is. Hopefully no one got hurt. Thankfully, no one got hurt from falling on chairs or anything, so it was great. And the floor seats, people were allowed to move around through the show, so it was great. We were able to enjoy that. We were able to move around if we needed to adjust and see what's going on in the show. It was the floor section is different from the rest of the section, so it's just fair caution when you go to the floor seats. It's like a mosh pit, and it was fine. It's a different thing. It's a different vibe, which is great. The chants, my God. When it comes to the chants, perhaps the best I've heard from chants in a live event last time was "Put NXT Black and Gold era aside, if we're speaking purely on main roster, WrestleMania 29. And if you guys don't recall, WrestleMania 29 was the WrestleMania that the next Raw was the takeover Raw by the international crowd and all the chants, the Fandango, whatever. That international crowd made WrestleMania 29. And WrestleMania 29 was a whatever card, to be honest. That was 80,000 people in MetLife Stadium. But after that, I went to other events. It wasn't exactly the same. I haven't felt that type of chant in a while until I went to Double or Nothing. Within 15,000 people in Louis Armstrong, all those people in there sounded louder than any.
Yeah. I need to go to an AEW pay-per-view, how it felt. And Shamaki, you have some great point. I always sit front row when I go to my local show like like wrestling. And yeah, I agree. And by my era, the put more lucha libre. So you got like Triple A wrestler go to a show there. The one time they have Mr. Iguana there, Psycho Clown. Like it's like 15 minutes away. I can take a lift. So I can go watch pro wrestling too. I try to set from now instead. Well, they get sold out quickly here at the facts. I will be in Cali in June. Oh, really? Where I need to look at that. Is it June? I need to when your video's over, I want to look at it. How much the tickets are? Cause I know they're gonna be the one at the. I know what Satum vendor is. Cause I've been to it, but I need to check it out where we're gonna be at.
The last few PLEs I went WWE related, it was louder than than the crowd in SummerSlam. It was louder than going to my most recent, I guess, was a SmackDown or something of a show. It was louder than those two shows.
Get exclusive Mortal Kombat 2 wallpapers for your PC with Bing.
Arrow, can you do not put ads in your short video? I already put it on your live stream, in my opinion, but wherever your show.
SummerSlam, they weren't even that loud. And when you watch WrestleMania 42 this year or 41 last year, the crowd wasn't that loud either. The crowd at Louis Armstrong sounded much louder. And that's probably why it's important that not misjudge smaller venues, because the more jam-packed the crowd is, the better the product looks on TV. And a lot of people were saying the product looked great with the fans chanting in the show, watching TV. And I watched the show again, and it definitely did. But amazing fan chants, they were just electric. They gave me energy to be electric as well. And we were just going. It was just fun. Now, the card definitely respected the fans. When it came to the card and the overall show, we had no long waiting period between matches because of ads, if any. I don't even know there were any ads, to be honest. We had no long entrances. We had some glamorous entrances for like bigger matches, but it wasn't like to the length that WWE matches entrance are in WWE. Overall, from the first match in the main card to the last one, we had a decent build of pace throughout the whole card, and it was fun. Maybe a match or two we could have lived without, but none of the matches really ruined the whole pace of the show. It started with a banger, FTR versus Cope and Cage for the tag belts, and Flaming Table included. That match was great. From Bell 1, the brew was strong with this card. My wife got to see her birthday twin, Athena, do her thing the first time in a live event, and she'll probably will never forget that experience. So I'm glad she was able to experience that. I love that match between her and Mina. The fatal 4-way women's match for the women's title was great. I've earned Tekla has earned a new fan with me for that night. It gave me Luna vibes. So great to see that. So I'm gonna definitely pay attention to her more. But Jamie Hayter's still my favorite when it comes to that group of women. So the women delivered in this card. Bravo to them. Definitely a decent spotlight. They didn't get a lot of matches compared to the men, but still, when they were there, they showed up. Everyone that was on the card showed up. They all try to outperform each other. You can definitely see all of these people are giving it their all and their heart when it came to these matches. I finally got to sing Will Ospreay's entrance song in person. Not disappointed at all. Then got to see Joe and Ospreay went out there and put together the kind of match I'm going to remember for years to come. Surprisingly, Swerve and Bandito. Swerve and Bandito was a sleeper banger on the main card. Don't sleep on that match.
I would say the best match was Agent Christian and Darby Allin versus MJF and Will Ospreay.
If you ever get to replay or watch this show for the first time, and you guys should definitely watch this show if you're a wrestling.
So I look up AEW going to be for Forbidden Door will be in San Jose, California. So that's going to be at North California. I wish I can go there, but it's an hour plane ride ticket there.
Fan, definitely check out Double or Nothing for this year. You got to. Takesha and Okada took the night as one of the best matches, and it was great. And that's not saying much because all the matches were good, like I said. But that one is the one that slightly edged everyone. And that's the kind of problem you want to have. So Stadium Stampede was probably the most hilarious match, and that's probably your E factor, the entertainment factor of professional wrestling nowadays. It had wrestling, but it was mostly for your entertainment, meant to be.
Yeah, I did not order the pay-per-view, but I watch it the replay of when people are doing the replay catcher. Yeah, I don't have $50 guy to watch a AEW pay-per-view no more.
A great palate cleanse before the main show. Ironically, my wife caught half of it from the concession stands at the higher concourse while I was on the floor still. So we were able to experience the matches in a different perspective, which was great. She saw it from up there. I saw it from down the ring. So we saw two things happening at once, which it's a great problem to have. So we were able to share our experience of that match in a different perspective. And then when we watched it on TV, we got to see the whole thing come together, which was great. Now, the biggest thing that was a heartbreak was Darby Allin's loss to MJF. And we did not get the well-deserved head shave most of the building was probably praying for that night. Heartbreaking ending for most, but it was fine. MJF and Darby Allin.
Oh, man. We want to see MJF with the shaved head ball.
Delivered. Every spot was great. They all wrestled tremendously. Shout out to Darby for his title reign. So many, like eight title defenses before losing the belt to MJF is nothing to not brag about. So good for him. He had a good show. Hopefully he gets another opportunity down the line. But yeah, MJF is the heart and soul of AEW as the locker room leader, I feel. So he's going to continue doing that. He's always going to continue stepping it up for the program and being the defender of that promotion. So shout out to him. He did tremendous work, which was great.
Yeah, I want MJF to lose his hair, be like this guy, bald. Era, do you wax your bald head? Make it shine? Like, man, I wish I could shave my head bald again.
The crowd was emotionally invested in a way you cannot fake when it came to this show. That's what AEW does at pay-per-views. I can say when I watch AEW pay-per-views, they do not miss. They know how to deliver. They know how to, when it comes to pay-per-view, that is just what they do best. And it shows even on live. Now, when it comes to overall, the point of this video is not to glaze AEW and flip the bird at WWE at this point. The tribalism in this fandom.
Come on, Eric, tie the true. So say FWWE. Just say it. We're not gonna report it to TKO. Just kidding. Or Nick Khan or Triple H.
Is honestly ruining the fact that we have two good products and we get to pick our poison based on what we prefer. Both have storytelling problems at times. They're just different problems when it comes to storytelling. WWE has a separate storytelling problem and story overall right now, and sometimes pay-per-view problems. AEW has a week-to-week issue with storytelling. They have story. WWE has story, but how they throw it out to the audience is what's becoming the big concern in 2026. Regardless, fun products either way, depending on what.
Yeah, I agree. It's not WWE fault. It's TKO that let all the pro wrestler get released that we love. TKO, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. Come on. TKO fire my favorite wrestler, Dakota Kai. How dare they? Or Curry Saint or the Y6.
You're hoping for. If you're more of a professional wrestling fan, now you want to watch more professional wrestling, then AEW is going to be the thing. If you want to watch more entertainment based and just have a laugh, yeah, WWE is for you. If you like both, then just watch both or watch one or the other, depending on your time. Like me, I'm going to enjoy both products no matter what. I'm going to enjoy TNA.
Yeah. We got WWE, TNA, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Triple A, the era need to get into. Come on, era, you need to get to Triple A or Double A, Triple A. Come on, we're Latinos, man. We have to promote our Latino background.
Me too. I'm going to enjoy indie shows. All of them give me, as long as they give me satisfaction. They just all have different problems that they all separately have to figure out. But we've talked in extent with WWE and their issues in different videos, and you guys can just check those out and understand my real issue with WWE product as of today. But on May 24th at Louis Armstrong, AEW outperformed WrestleMania in every way that matters to the people paying these ticket prices, which has become a huge factor.
Have you seen see them?
Girl.
Yeah. AI video is no longer a toy.
Videos from new models.
Nowadays, there was no huge presentation factor in this show, so it was just respect. What I mean by that, it felt like by the time I left the show, I felt respected as a fan. I felt respected. I paid a price and I got what I got for that price. I paid for 2 WrestleManias before that. I paid for SummerSlam last year, Evolution 2018, and I think 3 NXT Brooklyns. I paid half the price of SummerSlam for this AEW ticket and walked out more satisfied than I did from SummerSlam 2025. Fully show satisfied. All these other shows before SummerSlam, I had favorite moments, but I never had, besides NXT Brooklyn, I've had a full show appreciation. But when it comes to the WrestleManias and the Evolution, I've never had a full show appreciation. There was always issues that I didn't like, but that's my opinion. And AEW Double or Nothing felt like I was fully show satisfied. And the last time I felt that was in NXT Brooklyn, Black and Gold era. That tells you all you need to know about how I feel right now with these products as of recent when it comes to some of the promotions. Now, if WWE wants to win back the trust they've lost from some of these fans, study what happened in Queens this past Sunday. Sometimes what fans want is the most simple thing and not an overproduction. They just need to listen to the fans, not overcharge and feel.
I agree. WWE, or it's not WWE, TKO need to listen to the fan. Drop the price of the tickets, in my opinion.
Like we got barely nothing for the show. If you don't believe me, go see all the unsatisfied fans from WrestleMania 42 and now see what happened in Arthur Ashe. Sorry, not Arthur Ashe, Louis Armstrong. Now, after this, AEW definitely belongs in New York City. I think honestly they should bring All In to Arthur Ashe Stadium in the future, and maybe go even crazier and bring All Out to Long Island on the same year, so we can have a whole New York City state type of event. 15,000 fans confirm the demand of AEW in New York City on Sunday. And for the IWC, I would just say after this event, I would just say give both brands a real shot before you make your final decision. Because if you judge before trying to absorb the different products or even go to the events of different products, you might miss a great show that you haven't realized. So, but if you go to these events and then you say, you know what, this product is not for me, fine. Continue with or go to the product that feels better for you. But it'll be less stressful that way, I feel, at this point. And then besides that, with WWE and AEW's sense, they just have to work on their weekly storytelling in order to connect the dots. I think there's just a disconnect sometimes that people, I mean, obviously people complain on a line about, but that's some people. Not every some people are just fully satisfied with AEW, which is fine. They always have a story. There's always a story in their shows, but how they tell it is what becomes a disconnect at times. And that's the big difference when it comes to that. Overall, I feel respected as a fan. I don't feel cheated. That's how every show should feel when you walk out of these major events. And after all the money you paid for it, all the hard-earned cash that you earn to pay for these shows. Now, there was a train situation on the show. That's its own drop and its own separate video that will cover that. But that shouldn't ruin your whole experience of the show. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope I know this video was all over the place, but it was just me talking to my reflection on the show, and I hope you guys understand that. Now, as always, if the T hit right, hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.
All right, guys. What do you think about Arrow going to a first live event from AEW Double or Nothing? I've never been to an AEW live pay-per-view event, but I only went to the house shows or the TV show taping. And don't miss out. He go live Saturday or Sunday. I don't know what. Don't miss the T drop. Arrow, you should make some merch. Welcome to the T drop. No Saber and something else I forgot. They ever make a cup? Welcome to the T drop. I will buy it or make merch. Or you're looking for a graphic designer? Hit me up. I have a certificate of graphic design. Now free time. So hit me up. And Arrow, you remember I sent you the picture? I will buy Arrow. If Arrow make a cup and say welcome to the Tea Drop. No supper. No sup wherever. Strong brewery, no soft braver. Yeah. Don't miss it, guys. Number one wrestling. He's number one. Angle is number two. Leave it at that. See you on the next video. All right, guys. So I was looking at the wherever told me the AEW going to be at Forbidden Door on Sunday, June 28th. I'm looking at the tickets. So it's going to be at San Jose, California. So it's up north, California, and next to like almost close to San Francisco, the Bay Area. How much? Let me see. See? The red is all the resellers, and the blue is regular. So this is like $342 if you want to sit like right there. So you got like right here. So yeah. You got your reseller there and your scalpers selling the tickets. I'm not paying for $1,000 or something to sit front row for the reseller to get more money. Nope, nope. All right, let's get into the last part of JC David Frank. Let me see if there are any AEW close by. Where am I at? Cleveland, Ohio, Texas. The one gonna have a collision Domini, San Diego, California, and July 1st. Not the LA area. Damn it. All right, let's go for the main event. All right. You know, I like to cover Jason David Frank, all his interview we have during the pandemic era. We got I don't know, pronounce his name. Dueling. But he was in the Army Corps. Let me see. I think if I remember. So this is like a military guy. Let me look at Google. I'm at Microsoft search. So he was retired USA Army. I don't know, something major. So he's from the military, guys. So used to be former retired USA Army, and it's fair use.
What's up, everybody? Well, I've moved, I would say, my office upstairs, which is my gym, workout area, coffee cup. Fan made this pretty cool. Well, today we've had a lot of stuff going on. I mean, we've had Zach Zander on the show, WWE superstar. We got Catherine. We got Nakia coming up, Yellow Ranger, Pink Ranger, which are actually the first Ranger guests that I have. And tonight, right now, we have a special guest, Rowan Tactics. Okay, Rowan Tactics. I'm even sporting the shirts.
Roman Taxit, what did they have saying?
Mr. Tulam has been
Tulan. Now I can say Tulan.
a Green Beret. I have some stuff. He's been training. He came from Vietnam. He's been training for over 20 years. We're going to talk about tactical stuff. We're going to talk about knives. We're going to talk about street survival. And we're just going to talk because me and him hanged out. I went to a training center with him, Kansas, Wichita. Went to, just signed up as a regular client to train with him. And it was pretty amazing and fun. So right now, I think we need some mentality from a Green Beret, Green Ranger, Green Beret, of how, I would say, to, survive life. He also makes awesome blades. He has a company that makes blades. Rowan Tactics, and that's where he's at. Rowan Tactics, right here. And he's about to come in live in just a second. I did move upstairs, so I have better Wi-Fi. But also, as a friend, he has an amazing team. And listen, if this is the mood that I'm feeling, then this is the mood we're going to talk. Because we're not here to sell anything. We're not here to be fake, and we're here to just talk about real stuff, real life. I did an interview before, and it was on his YouTube channel, which let me see if his Wi-Fi works perfect. So we're waiting for 2 on the line. And
let's use Airtable to create a bespoke app to manage physical product development using the data trapped in static PDFs.
How are
Jason,
you?
Good morning.
Dude, look at that hat. I've been seeing that hat online all the time.
Did you order it?
Did you order
I love
one?
it. I love it. I'm representing today too.
Turn it on.
Yeah.
Representing, which the back, you can see the back of the shirt.
Oh, nice, Bushido.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I tell everyone on here, I had moved my offices because the Wi-Fi's just been so spotty. So I've had some really good guests in here, and then I was trying to pull in my friend.
So Tulane, he's from Vietnam. So you talk about a little bit about his background story. So it's really good interview. I just want to see half of it, but it's really great, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Emilio, and then that froze up. Chris, John Hennigan. So anyway, this was kind of a spur of a moment, but I think that's what right now everyone's living off the spur of the moment, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
trying times for the world right now. We need to come together.
Yeah. Which if you guys just tuned in, this is Jason David Frank, and right now we have a real life superhero, a Green Beret, too. Do you mind saying a little? I know you're from Vietnam. You mind saying just a little bit about yourself in a nutshell? I haven't, but I'd like you just to let people know.
Yeah. So a little bit story about myself. I was born during the Vietnam War. We escaped during the aftermath. There was genocide. At 2 years old, I was drug out in the streets with my parents. My uncles were gunned down by the communist regime. We were oppressed. My mother betted everything she had to let her two sons grow up to be free. You know, we didn't have a freedom. We didn't have a country after the fall of Vietnam. We escaped on a wooden fishing boat, and we escaped past the pietry, the bandits that were coming in, raping and pillaging all the refugees that were leaving. We made it to the refugee camps over in Malaysia for a brief time, and then they loaded us back on the boats and pulled us back out in the ocean for us to die. They shot our engine and left us out in the ocean to die just because they didn't want to deal with the refugees that were leaving Vietnam. Somehow, by the grace of God, we got caught up in a storm and we were washed into Russian waters, where a Russian supply boat was leaving Vietnam, and saw a boat just kind of floating out there. We were dying. We were roughly out at sea for 30 days, is what my mother told me. People were dying, dehydration, there was no food. They would throw the deads over.
That's crazy. You know how, like, you know, because back in the days, they used ships going to America, like African Americans, Vietnam, Japanese. So different culture cannot afford like airplane to go to the United States, but they sneak into like cruise or boat. It's a cruise. Boat to go to America to have the American freedom. It's hard back in the days to now. We have it easy. So let's go from there.
Over the boat, and we were prepping to die, is what my mother said. So I was only 2 years old.
Yeah, remember, I think what, 20 also, how she went to the boat to keep her, like her parents, to keep her alive, to survive. And this happened many years ago.
So I don't really remember the journey, but my mother never let me forget the struggles when I grew up. So the Russian supply boat saved us. They pulled us up, and then they took us into Singapore. Now, what I want to say to everybody is that there's a lesson there. You know, I was taught the energy of humanity at a very young age. You know, the Russians were the ideology that took me out of my country, but it was the Russian that saved me, right? So that stuck with me. That energy really did stuck with me, and we lived in a refugee camp for roughly a year and a half. When I say a refugee camp, it was not like they were giving us food or water, right? We had to survive off the land. And, you know, many people died at the refugee camps from getting murdered and you know, robbed. It was true survival. My mother held out for a year and a half, and I asked my mother, why did she hold out so long? And, you know, it's just a testament how strong my mom is. You know, she made a promise to my grandfather, who funded our escape, that she will take us to America, and she'll be reunited with, you know, my aunt, which is her sister. My aunt married an American Special Forces lieutenant. During the war, he was injured. Well, their G base got overran, and he was stabbed by SKS into the ribs. So he came back to America. He retired as a colonel. I mean, he had a future, but he sponsored our paperwork to get to America, which we waited a year and a half for. And then finally we came over to America. My mother eventually remarried to American Special Forces, Green Beret. And then I would say I started my Special Forces training when I was 8.
Jeez. Well, I got to tell you, man, God bless your mother for going through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And dude, I got to be honest. And we'll talk a little bit about, but I bet at 2 years old, you know, kids from the age of like, because I work with kids all the time, and then 2 to 6, 2 to 10, quote me, but they learn a lot during that age. So you were probably, you know, training, believe it or not, in that subconscious mind to be a warrior and a fighter, honestly. And I still see that, dude. I'm going to talk about your class, but that's an amazing story. When I heard about you through some of my friends that like over here, everywhere, you're like, you know, I told you in your class, you're like a movie star. But anyone listening, I got Rob Liefeld coming on in this comic, but anyone listening after I took your class and after I saw your fans that were so amazed, your life and yourself and who you are is a testimony, but it should be in darn comics or a movie. And that's probably going to happen one day, to be honest, because it's an incredible story. I mean, just
thank you.
That to the age of where you were is one movie in a nutshell. You know, you have so many things to share. And I thought it'd be really, how's the team, by the way?
Oh, the team's doing well. Unfortunately, we had to, the safety of our clients and our students is our number one concern. So into this virus kind of gets under control, we had to postpone all of our training. Yeah. It was a disappointment to some of our students, but you know, there's a higher purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
That, you know,
that's for sure. And you know, and I'm being able to hook up with so many people. I'm mentally going crazy. But I do think that sometimes my thought process is a little bit better when I'm under pressure.
Yeah.
Except your class, in your AR class, I'm usually really, really good under pressure. Frustration usually doesn't frustrate me. If you guys just tuned in, is Jason, David, Frank. We have Rowan in the class right here, and Mr. Two. He's not only. I mean, you got your tactical stuff. You got all your tactics, your street self-defense, your classes, which, you know, by the way, I took your classes and I never wanted anything for free, or you were amazing. I wanted to check out all the content, and I'm an instructor. I've been teaching for my whole entire life. So at Comic-Cons, when I travel, I'd watch your class because I have online classes now because the same thing. I'm not traveling. Yeah. All my 500 students are now on home training, which, as you know, it's going to take discipline.
Yeah.
Train.
You know, what was funny is I talked to some of my friends about that. I think, like, you know, the way that the world's going, you know, the quarantine, you know, I think it's going to be a shift in the world, and especially in education and the way that we train ourselves. Now, when I say that is, you know, I went to college, you know, and graduated college with honors, you know, online, you know. And when I say that, people are like, oh, okay. No, I went to war, and I was fighting through multiple continents in the jungles of the Philippines, all the way to Iraq and Africa. And I was still able to graduate from college. And the thing is, what you just said, it's discipline, right? It's just discipline. That's all it is. I'm not any, you know, smarter than anybody else. It's truly just discipline. It's getting up early. It's doing the right thing. You know, it's choosing the hard right or the easy wrong. So anybody can do it. And I think, like, with this virus, it's going to bring attention to distance learning.
Yeah, sure. And everybody wants to be safe. You know, I'm not here to talk about guns. I'm here to talk about martial arts tactics. I think the good thing about you is that you are, you know, a Green Beret. You were going through war, and it does take discipline to, you know, to do things online. But there's one thing I'll never forget, man, is I tell you, and sometimes it's more, I don't like to tell a lot of people because I don't want to be a party pooper, but I don't go out and drink. And, you know, it's been 10 years. I used to, you know, train, drink, but here and there, but I never did. And I remember you told me, you're like, hey, Jason, I didn't either. You know what I did is I was in my bunker and just reloading clips and magazines all day long. Clink, 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 clink. And then I started thinking, he's super smart because that's what you're there for. This is on hands. That's what you're there to do. But a lot of people are just there. And I'm not saying anywhere you're in a position of power is because you are a leader. You know what I mean? And I guess I am a leader too. When I look at the martial arts, But now, you know, you have, I'd say, leaders in my industry looking up to a leader like you that's been through not just karate training and a hard life. And, you know, I come from the streets. Everyone wants to be from the streets, but you came from your story of age 2 years old and went through that all. My Oma passed away. She was 93, and she's from Germany. My dad's from Germany. His dad from Czechoslovakia. And so they were during the German war. My Oma.
So Jason David Frank parents or dad from Germany? Did I heard one time Sky Frank that she part in German? I don't know. I didn't watch the clip of it.
And Opa left to come, you know, to America, but then they went to Australia. And then my dad tells me all this boat stuff, nothing like a war thing, because I don't think.
Oh, Australian, huh? Okay, mate.
My Opa wanted to fight in the German war. So I still don't have all the details. I was young and all that. But I remember my dad just telling me he got so sunburnt on the boat that's all I took, you know, from my dad's thing. And because your classes, I was thinking, I never talked to my dad about military, you know, like he was in the military. So I talked to him the other day and I was waiting to hear he's probably watching or Doug's watching, but it's fine. Waiting to hear some stories. You know, I hear all your stories, real live stories that, you know, in depth, and we talk blades. So I talked to my dad. I said, Dad, you know, I took choose class. It was tactical. He says, well, let me see your gun, the laser gun I practice. He's a little fat finger. And he did pretty good. And he said, I used to shoot. And I said, cool, tell me some stories, Jay. I can't tell you much stories like your friend. This is what I did. I peeled potatoes, and he was a driver. He was a truck driver. And I laid under the truck, and we kind of hid from our guy. And I just relaxed him. I couldn't even cook the potatoes correct. You know, he was a truck driver. And he tells me stories about going out and drinking, and everyone's doing that. But it just in my head was like me. Like during the times, No Fear had a shirt that said, I practice while you sleep. And that's instantly when I said, is I could just see you so disciplined. I mean,
you know, Jason, the teachings of martial arts, right, is proper form.
Yeah.
One starts off in proper form, and one executes with proper form and ends in proper form. Why can't you apply that to your life?
Yep.
Right? Why not start right and execute things properly so you may die a proper death?
Yeah.
Right. And that's the teachings of samurai. That's the teachings of Bushido.
Yeah.
You know, you must give your life to yourself and a dedication to a higher purpose. You know,
I learned a lot in your class, man. When people think with the gun training, tactical training, it's really, I'm going to say survival. It's a comfort to know what you can do. It's very humbling. It's almost to the point where I'm like, I practice AR, I practice my guns. You know, fine. Cops come, military, people come. We're all just, you know, you're all going to learn something. And I saw that. And it is intimidating when you go with cops and, you know, people in the Army. You think that there's some point where, you know, they're going to outshoot you. Of course that happens, but you teach the discipline like I teach. Like, hey, you're a white belt, but you can do like a blue belt, or you might come out like a green belt, so don't stress. That's
right.
why in our class, I was so excited. It's raining. Oh, man, I get to be like, you know, climbing the mud and, you know, from your background. And once the rain started happening, it screwed my head up. Like there's water on, you know, I can't see.
Well, you know, Jason, you know, you train in martial arts, you know, pretty much your whole life, right? Yeah. But the teachings of martial arts is very controlled these days. When I say that is, you know, what is martial arts? Martial arts is a military discipline. Martial means military. Arts is an art form. So it was a military art form that was developed back in the war stating periods of Japan. Budo, Bushido, right? So when you talk about that, you think about the war stating periods of Japan, man, they were in war for over hundreds of years, right? So as the peace period came, well, warriors are not needed anymore. Samurais are not needed anymore. So the Bushido mindset, the warrior mindset kind of washed away. Well, through the practice and dedication to our past warriors, they started practicing martial arts as a form of defense, right? Well, how can you practice a form purely if you're practicing in a dojo?
Yeah.
Right? If you're practicing in a controlled environment. And when I say this, this extends out to MMA. All of it is valuable forms and styles, but unless you're willing to execute it at the real level, when I say real level, is gunfights, knives, guns, bombs, tactics, strategy, intelligence, right? Being able to gather intelligence and formulate a plan to execute with precise precision, you know? And that's the martial arts.
Yeah.
See, people, we step away from that because who gets trained on that anymore?
Yeah.
But special forces, special operations guys, we still get training on that, but they can't combine the two together into a martial discipline, a path, the way, right? So,
well, you're trained. Now, I say that, and you know, I'm a martial artist by heart. We've trained, you know, we fought. Oh God, everything. But it is a completely separate thing. And not only I imagine your stories, and I know for a fact, not only do you learn it, you're training in it. You're using it for practicality. You are using it, so you're trained. You use it, you train, and at the point now where when I took your class, dude, I was amazed. I mean, I have, you know, all you got your training knife, you know, which I learned a lot from just watching your videos. I got your other knives, and this is gonna come to something, but I was just telling you that it's like you practice and then you apply it. And you're not applying it for fun, you're applying it for survival, and you're applying it for our freedom. And that's why having you on the show, I never worry about, oh, I got a gun, I got a knife. It's because, you know, you've been there, you've done that for, like you were talking about with violence, but the violence was done for our freedom. And
yeah, and it's being able to control energy, you know,
right?
Because it's like a loaded gun, right? So when you get trained to a certain level of evasion, tactics, intelligence, gunfighting, and martial arts, right, you become this warrior of modern times. Well, I believe in the ways of the old. That means I believe in the Bushido code. I believe in the ways, right, of samurai. Yeah. So I'm aware of the ways of the old, but I'm training the ways of the new, right?
Yeah.
So truly, like, that's what I tried to deliver to my students, is that a warrior lives by a code, right? And no matter what code it is, it doesn't have to be Bushido code. Yeah. It can be religion, it can be whatever. As long as you seek a code and you live by a personal set of rules that you're willing to die for.
I like that.
Right? So when I say you're willing to die for, right, are you willing to place your life on the line for a belief that you truly feel strong for? And, you know, I talked about humanity when I was young, you know, I was saved. Well, I'm willing to fight for humanity as an adult. You know, I'm willing to go to these places, these tribal areas, and I'm willing to free those oppressed. Yeah. And I'm willing to give it all. But the thing is, that's a code. That's my Bushido code. Anybody can have a code. A code could be, you know what, I want to be a good human being, and I want to present my family's name well. But that's a code.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Great, man.
Yeah. So that's people kind of forget, like, yeah, they talk it. Yeah. They talk about, oh, I'm this, I'm that, but you don't show actions. And actions is execution, right? That's you have to have that in order to walk that path, you know.
And you know what I love about you, man, and I do this as well, is that you're willing to teach whoever and anyone, because no one can be you, because you are a fingerprint. And sometimes when people learn, like in karate, I teach them how to do business. Like, okay, do this and do that, but it's the passion. I would say the knowledge, the experience. You know, when you're learning something from anyone, it's not about the belt you wear around your waist. The mat doesn't lie. It's no good. It's at that point where when you're on the mat, when you're on the mat, there's different rules, and people are comfortable with the rules in MMA. And I'm not saying anything, but on the streets, there are no rules, man. You are in
well, you know, I
mode.
read a Chinese philosophy book, and in this book, it talked about two students, and they came from the same school. They were trained by the same master. They started their training at a very young age, which were 6 years old. They trained all the way to 18 together in the same school, in the same discipline. They were taught the same set of rules and code. One became a warrior. He traveled the world fighting for others. You know, he fought his enemies on the battlefield by swords and blades and arrows. See, the other student, he became a teacher, right? He became a teacher in the art of that martial art discipline. And he taught and taught and taught. The warrior traveled for many years, decades, fighting for others. And then they both came back together to have a conversation. Who do you think have the deeper meaning in life?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what life is. It's about living a full life.
Yeah, man.
You know, learning at the purest level. You know, like people telling me, "Oh, I'm brave." You know, I had people tell me that. "Oh, I'm brave." Yeah. See, you can never say you're brave unless you felt fear at the highest level. Yeah. And to me, highest level is life and death. Yeah. You know, and that's the teachings of a warrior. It's a teaching at the purest form. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So, and that's the martial arts.
Yeah, and all heart, man. You put all your heart into it. You know, I teach as well. I would, every time I have someone on here, I'm always, you know, it's so passion perfect that it always sounds like we're doing an info commercial. You don't need nothing. I don't need nothing. I had a you know, big WWE on, Matt, call him Zach. He was on. We need nothing but, you know, Adrian Morrison. Everyone adds so much value, man. And it's the heart. In your classes, if people that want to train, and I'm not just saying this because of the coronavirus going on, you know this, I go back to the Comic-Con and I study your classes. But then you have to be practical stuff and your movements, and then you break down the movements where it's so small and smooth, and otherwise you're learning like this. You break them down, so I pretend I'm in class. When you're teaching me, I pretend I'm in class. I was at a Comic-Con and you called me and I was like,
what is an AI pen test? Well, this is the latest buzz in the security world. In 60 seconds, I'll attempt to explain how it all works. Essentially, an AI pen tester uses AI individual agents to attack your application. This is very different from something like dynamic security testing, which has existed DAST, because the agents can apply logic and change their approach based on the responses that they get. This means AI pen testing is really good at finding things like IDOR or broken access control that traditional scanners can't. You can launch your pen test by first defining its scope. It will then use over 200 agents to go through and test your application for specific vulnerabilities, adjusting its approach along the way. You'll get a full report of what it's found, plus the steps to recreate it, and this amazing magic button, which is called autofix, which means it will just create the code to solve the issues for you. Pen tests typically take an hour or so, but the main point is
thinking, what do I do? You know, because I watch you on YouTube and I like, hello, sir. Yeah, and I was right. I think I was telling you I was doing an interview and I was late. And I was like, oh my God, of all times. And I'm like, they're texting, you're late. And I'm thinking, I don't care. I'm talking to two. It doesn't really matter.
I remember that conversation.
Yeah. And then I call back and it was really cool. And then when I was doing your class, I was like, it's crazy because everyone loves you. They respect you. You are a hero. And everyone takes your class is hanging on your every word. So I think people are there to try to impress you, and they get a little nervous, they shake a little bit, but you drill them. You're not soft in life. Hard coach, hard life. Life ain't fair, so deal with it. So you were pushing people, which was great, man, and I loved it. And it was just amazing, your classes. And I'm not just saying that. So when I watch your class, I pretend you're teaching, but this is what a lot of students at my school need to do, is that it's easier to teach a class with you because you could yell at me and say, hey, but when you're alone watching TV, no one's going to call you out except yourself. Yes. If you have the discipline. And I actually have the discipline to watch your movements, watch your footwork. But I enjoyed it. Every Comic-Con, that's all I did and I didn't drink and I wasn't unloading and using the gun because I had never really fired a lot of firearms until I got into your stuff. And then, Terry over here, everyone's kind of showing me stuff, and then it's very hard on your shoulders, super hard to aim, to shoot, and make it look so easy as you do. There are things.
Well, I tell you, when I was going through Special Forces training, when I was training on the firearm, I was really tense too, right? The body gets tense when it's something new. You know, the first step is always hard, right?
Yeah.
So during my training in the evolutions of the Special Forces, what I learned was I applied my martial arts training. So at first it was truly separated. There was gunfighting and there was martial art. I separated the two.
Okay.
It wasn't into my time in combat was when I realized that I can move faster if I utilize the martial movements. Hi, Ray. How's it going, brother?
I see everyone.
Much love,
Hey too. I see a lot of people out there.
Oh, Ray's one of my brothers.
They say
So,
Tommy and Master Splinter. That's funny, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I would practice these gun movements, but I could not combine the martial arts to it. You know, I can whip my hips. I can drive energy from the core. I can utilize my foot movements and my balance and weight shift. So I realized during the war, because war got very close quarters at a certain stage where you don't have time, right? So those movements have to become natural. And what I found was the instruction that I got was 90%. When I say 90% was I had some great instructors, man, some of the most lethal warriors in this time. And I tell you, like, they taught me, but it was only 90%. And I tell you why. Because each person moves separately. See, each one of us are different, right? So I had to find my 10%. And my 10% was the martial arts. I applied those movements through my training in the arts since I was 8. And it became a natural movement: guns, knives, rocks, sticks, whatever it is, right? And I found that when I let go of the energy, like the tenseness, I move like water.
Yeah,
You know, and Bruce Lee talks about that. You hit and you strike like water.
It's smooth, man, and it's stuff you do. Like I did these sit-up challenges, but I've been teaching those sit-ups for years, and so I didn't need to be in shape to bust out 40 of them because I just been trained. And we're like, oh my God, Jay, you have to. But those are something I've done for years. And when you shoot and apply it, it makes sense. But that's why I'm attracted to it, is because it has an art form to it. It has your curriculum that's very practical and real. It makes sense with your aiming and your shoulders to just punching the weapon out. So when people see that, I highly recommend for anyone to take your class, man.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it was, I would say, really, I'd say underpriced. I would have paid 5 times the amount of that because of the discipline and knowledge. But you're such a great guy where, you know, like me at karate, people come and they pay a certain amount of money and they're like, man, it was so valuable, but it's valuable to you when you add value to it. And I tell you, everyone there struggled. Everyone was trying to make you proud. And did you hear that guy say Tommy and Master Splinter?
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, that's so good.
Hi, hey, just a second. Hi, Gabe. How's it going? Gabe is one of my team, Ronan.
Oh,
brothers out in New Jersey. So much love to him.
Nice, man. Yeah, the whole.
So, you know, when we talk about that, though, you know, it's more than just movements that I wish to teach. It's man, it's life.
Yeah.
Right. It's life. It's compassion for others. You know, is what I try to teach, because a warrior is effective if he's driven by energy, an energy of higher purpose. And compassion is what a warrior fights for: humanity, purpose, you know, to end conflicts, right? So with that comes a code that you have to live by. And it doesn't matter if you're a warrior or not. You can take a code and apply it to your life.
Yeah.
You could take a code from the Bushido teaching, which is compassion, right? Selfless service, commitment, dedication, all these armor. So you can take those codes and you can combine it to your life and live to be, I don't know, a great human.
Yeah.
A great human being in today's needed world, right?
Yeah.
And when I say needed world is, Jason, I've been around the world. I've been to 27 countries, from Asia all the way to Africa, the Middle East, Europe. The world needs to be kinder.
Yeah.
We don't need any more hate in this world. Yeah. So that's my path as a Ronin is, I'm trained in the art of violence, but I understand that violence is needed to suppress evil. Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah. And dude, like I'm telling everyone right now, it's so funny because people are tuning in because of everything going on and stuff like that. But it's amazing that this is the stuff you say that we need right now, but that's the stuff you did even before this happened. So I learned that in class. It's not just it's more of a life-changing class for you to understand. You're so knowledgeable, man. You're like a samurai warrior. I believe you really are. Your energy comes off very like Dragon Ball Z-ish, and people's energy push back, or you could just accept the energy, and I noticed that about you too, man. I don't want to take too much time up, but your knives, you're very proud of your knives, and I am too. Is there like, if you guys look, Two's got very exclusive knives. Everything you post on your page, it goes out so fast.
Sorry guys, I'm back. I get some medicine and some water. But I really like JDF showing his knife. Really cool.
It's because of you and your knowledge behind these knives. So when I took your class, and I'm not going to, but we're talking about balancing of your knives and using knives for different parts of stabbing, slashing, moving, and the story about cherry blossom too, yes. Right? Like I remember all this stuff, man. Is there any little thing before I don't want to take too much of your time that you can talk about, like the knives or anything that educated me on, like?
Yeah, cherry blossom. It's more like a Japanese culture. During the springtime, they're Japanese blossom that year.
Balancing or whatever how do you design a knife? What is besides killing people? I got kids on here, but I've learned for knives slipping on blood. But what is the ideal knife for you? I don't think people understand and respect that. Is it balance? Is it material? What is ideal for you?
Well, first you need to take a look at your life, right? You need to take a look at the purpose on why you're carrying a blade. Like a blade like you're holding right there, we designed that as the Shinto blade. It's very close, similar to what I carried in the Philippines. The Philippines, I needed to not only be able to defend myself against the enemy, but also I had to be able to build fires and shelter and be able to build stuff to live off the land because, man, I was in the jungles, right? Yeah. So that's more like a survival utility knife. That's something that somebody would take to go survive up in the mountains with, to gut animal, to catch, to build fires, whatever. And then you have the Sakura.
This can be used as chopping one too?
Pull it out, Jason. Pull out that blade. So if you guys look at the blade, right, it's a heavy mass to end. It's not too heavy like a kukri knife, but because it's a downward tip and it has a little heavier mass, there's a chopping power to it on short chops because of the heavy mass and the downward slope. If you think about like
I never have a knife on me, or I never purchased a blade knife at all.
Kukri, if you guys know what that is, a Nepalese knife. I was trained, cross-trained with Nepalese commandos before, and when we came across the jungles, I realized that type of design, that geometry in the blade worked well in some kind of outdoors survival situation. Now, do you have the Sakura blade? Now, the Sakura blade was designed off my time in the Philippines. I learned the art of the Kukri knife, which is Kali. A lot of those movements are check hand movements, so you trap, you check. The blade needs to spin with the hand, so with my fingers, the blade can spin from a reverse grip to a pick position really fast. Why I don't
feel like it reminds me of kunai, but like Naruto have a kunai. If you watch the anime series, it's different.
I don't have a handle on there. If you look at it, it's very streamlined. It's because I can draw this thing with the blade in my hand and still shoot a gun with it. Yeah, I can go very close quarters combat. I can reverse grip really fast, and it's concealable. It's very streamlined. It hides very well. I did go with switchblade design because in the special forces we cannot fail. Nothing. We don't want anything to fail on it, and we want simplicity on our gear and our equipment. When I pull out that blade, I realize that blade's ready to go. You know what I mean? So
you got the training
Shinto blade was made for more of survival
training blade. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, your knife that you have and the knowledge you have. I'm telling you, man. Like I took your class, just I'd say as a fan of you for being a hero, for being a Green Beret, and because I was Green Ranger too, so I was like, whoa, man.
We have a common bond there.
I was like, wow, Green Beret, which is super cool, which and then a helmet. But I took your class just open-minded. You helped me out so much. You were very giving, and you're a really, really good instructor. And I've worked with instructors around the world, man. And I tell you that. I mean, even though I might not talk and call, you got your stuff going on, but I just let my fans know it was a great class. it wasn't just that for me, it wasn't a one-time thing. I'd like to learn. I'm always like, hey, when's your next class? And I know things are on hold right now, but I think people are going to have, it's going to hold, everything is going to hold more value, man. We're going to appreciate everything a lot more, which.
Absolutely. You know, and one of the things, because I've been traveling to train for 5 years now. I travel around the United States from New York all the way to California. You know, we go where we're needed, team running.
Yeah.
And what I can tell you is, you know, my connection with the students. So when I say that is, you know, Jason, I met some victims, you know, and I met some that were in a bad place in their lives. And I feel like if I share my energy, you know, if I give them, you know, hope, or I give them a form, a style that will give them the confidence they need to pass this, because the martial way, the martial arts is deeper than that. Not just from the student side, the teacher, he has to keep his path in life. A warrior, right? What is a warrior? And I was telling one of my special forces friends, there's a path. And he asked me, like, what is the path? Because he didn't study under Bushido code.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that a warrior first needs to be selected. Yeah. Right? Either you select yourself to be a warrior, or God selects you to be a warrior. You just have to listen to the powers of the universe, right? Because the universe is going to guide you to a certain place in time.
Yeah.
It's what you do with that energy.
Yeah.
You know? So a warrior first seeks to be a warrior, he selects to be, and then he goes through the agonizing selection process to be one, and the training and the years of dedication to be a warrior. And then one must go to war. So you have to take your teachings and you need to apply it to life itself. And you need to feel things at the purest level. So because I was able to extract information, at least for myself, at the purest level, and if I can give that answer to somebody, now let me say this. I had victims that were raped and they hid in a closet for 8 years. You see, defeated. And I let them out of that closet. I gave them that energy and that strength to live life again, you know? And that's what being a warrior is about following a certain path. And people talk about Bushido, right? They talk about that word like they understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't understand Bushido unless you lived it, right? I could tell you all the lessons of compassion, and I could tell you, you know, honor and all that, but unless you're willing to put your life on the line to feel at the purest level. So I feel like in the path of Bushido, Bull, BU, is to stop the spirit, to intercept the spirit, to stop evil. Shi means the one with the strength to walk that path. And Do is to take one's life lessons and to give back to the sake of humanity, because that's what the teachings of Bushido is about, is to leave this world better than you came in.
Yep.
So, you know, when I teach my students that, I saw improvement in a lot of students. And when I say improvement, Jason, there are some of my students who are very overweight, and they're at a very low state in their life and self-esteem and where they want to be.
Yeah.
After the class, they changed. They changed their appearance, they changed their code.
Yeah, for sure.
You understand?
Yeah.
So because I've been teaching for over 5 years, I see these students. When I come back to those cities, I see them, and there's no better reward than to see one improve one life so they can truly be happy, right?
Yeah. And you do amazing, man. Like, you take time. It's almost like a mini ceremony to privately to understand each one's struggle. And that's what over there, you wait, then you break it down. You know, we got that coin. I was going to bring that in your painting, your drawing, and I switched rooms and everything. I got you on a little, I'll send it to you after. It's a little ball. Yeah, I got that one. I should have had it. I got you leaned up against a little medicine ball right now, and you're going to see. But I got that coin. I was proud of that coin. And people earned it. I mean, you did. And one thing I want people to know, if you guys just tuned in, which I know we're getting thousands of views, people coming in and out. Okay, Rowan right here, tactics. I just want to be clear, when he talks about changing students' lives, like, he's going to leader students as well, like cops, SWAT team. I mean, you were teaching people that, you know, we can influence people, but you're teaching people in departments on top of that to learn how to, I guess, have better skills, better, you know, like human skills, man. You know, when you're a better person,
I tell you, Jason, I tell you, man, I say this with full heart when I say this. I love life. You know, I do. I love life. And I'm willing to protect other people's lives. And I travel the world fighting for those. So after my time in service, I realized that, you know, I want to get back to my country, you know, my Americans. And I realized that I can't train everybody. I know that, you know, I'm just one person. So if I can train a community, you see, if I can train the law enforcement officers that sort of protect the community. Also, I don't just train law enforcement, I train the community itself, right? The people. But the reason why I concentrate a lot on law enforcement officers is because first, they need it. They really do. They need it in this time and era. There's a lot of scrutiny going on. They're facing challenging times. So it doesn't make the right decisions, right, on moments of danger. And you know, a lot of times it's just because it's fear, right? So if I could teach that, if I could teach the way of a Green Beret and how I overcame fear and acceptance of death, right, for the sake of humanity, well, then I realized if I could teach these groups, then they can serve that community and help support that community, right? So it's about leaving this world a better place.
Well, that's good, man. Dude, I thank you for your time. Everyone out here, I know there's comments, but I'm just so intrigued with the way that you teach. And what truly, honestly, man, the truth is that when you see a master talk, it's not only that it's something special that you can see. It's the translator. You are translating to universe, God through your experiences as a child with a 2-year-old. Look, when a kid comes up to you and says, "Hey, I was stranded," you can share those stories. I most likely can't, but I can.
Well, what is, you trigger an emotion here is that, I traveled the world, Jason, and I was born in war. In fact, the morning I was born, the North Vietnamese we were receiving artillery fire into the city of Saigon. My mother laid over my body as an infant child. We were at war, you see? And I realized that I felt that energy at 2 years old, hopelessness. We were out in the ocean ready to die, you understand? Like, we were ready to die. And when I go into foreign countries where people are oppressed, and when I say oppressed, there's so many conflicts and war that people don't understand. People are still being enslaved. There's still acts of genocide, in Africa and Philippines. So the thing is this, man, why not dedicate a life to serving and protecting them, right? Because I love life.
Could you use up to $800? Find it at BioLife. Up to $800 is waiting for you. Just don't.
You sure do. I remember that time I was stuck in traffic and I was texting you. I'm like, "Oh, this stupid car is this," and you just said, "Hey, Jay, relax. It's a good day. Love life." And I instantly, I used to have road rage, but I instantly was like, "Oh, okay, here we are." 2 is teaching me a lesson, and that's honestly, man. And it's so funny when I say master, because I know you're a student of everything. And in order to be a master, you need to be a student. And that's what I love about you and me. You see, like when I came on your stuff, I put everything down. I opened it out and I learned. But when I take away, I can really share with people. Like I'm hoping, like just doing this. I know I'm here. You're here for me, and I'm here for you. But that's the divine appointment that we're supposed to have for saving that one person out there, or learning about your blades, or listening to a life skill that you would taught me. And I always remember certain things, certain images. I can't get that image of you in the bunkers, just everyone else can party, and I'm just unloading, man. I'm loading and loading, because that shows me that was, it was a job. I have a lot of friends that die skydiving, right? And I was telling the other day, like, but that's their choice to have fun, to skydive, right? And they're putting their life on the line for a hobby. And it's kind of like you had to for the country. Even though you had to get through the skydiving, you had to do all this. It wasn't that you could have stopped any time, but that's why you're on top of the Supreme. Is that, you grab the Supreme people and put them on top of intelligence. Dude, I know I can talk all day long. And
but that's the point of life, Jason. It's about sharing life, because people ask me, well, how many, free fall jumps that you have? Well, my free fall jumps were night vision with combat equipment and guns, right? Yeah. Oxygen, because we're so high, but it's not fun. Yeah. And I tell you the truth, man, I'm petrified of that, but I had to overcome that fear. Yeah. You see, because the purpose is higher than me. Right? The purpose is higher than me. When I say that is, when I'm suffering, when I'm going through special forces training, I'm cold and I'm hungry. I went 8 days without eating before. Yeah. So the thing is, it's not about me, right? I need to learn this so I can better serve the world. Yeah. How can you feel remorse for the suffering if you never suffered? Right. So that's the teaching.
Yeah. It's amazing, that mentality, going in there and saying, this is something I'm not doing for me. I'm being the best me, but I'm doing it for you. And even though you're not doing it for us to get something out of it, you're doing it for our freedom. You're doing it for us, the country, not just one in particular person, which, dude, I find true hero, like, no doubt in my mind. It's not about training or being a martial arts master because you are continuing to be a student like me, but these life lessons and the knowledge, dude, is like, I say dude a lot. I said, shout out to someone, dude. The stuff that you're teaching, life skills. And I follow your page. Everyone, if you haven't got a chance to follow the page, it's Ronin Tactics. I wrote it down somewhere. Just go. You're probably following him. He's got as much, if not more, followers than me. But Ronin Tactics, I didn't write that down. We are working on your blue check. So anyone out there that gets these blue checks, please, like, I will give 2 of my blue check. He is the country, even though blue checks really don't make a difference of who you are, but you, my friend, should have a blue check. And I'm doing whatever I can. And I'm sure someone on here, I'll post this on my YouTube, get to a blue check, and I'll do whatever, dude. You want me to do a go Power Ranger birthday party? I'll do it. He's done so much for us. But seriously, man, it was a spur of a moment thing. Thank you, team.
But you know what I want to say to you, Jason? I want to say this to you honestly as a friend and a fan. Is that you take your life, right, and you travel around to these Comic-Cons. I've seen you. I watch you, and you spread love, man. Right? You spread words of encouragement. I see a lot of people that in position of your power or influence, they don't do that, and what I love about you is you take the time to get to know your fans. You spread your knowledge. You are a martial artist, and you teach deeper than just movements, right? Because anybody can teach you, but trust me.
Yeah. When I first met JDF, it was a toy store. I was nervous to ask him a question, but at least I asked him a question. I asked him, are you going to be at Polymorphicon in 2022? He said yes, no, maybe, depend on the Legend of the White Dragon. Then through a couple months, PMC announced him he will be there on Saturday. So I told my cousin. So we met JDF. I met him the second time. My cousin was the first time I met him. He signed one of my toys and action figure, and also he signed my cousin Funko Pop, and also he signed my shirt for free. And I have a video of it. Jason was a great guy. A lot of people love him. What he did with the Power Ranger community. Also, can't wait for the Legend of Our Dragon. So he inspired me to keep on going to a tough time. But thanks to him that I learned his lesson.
Yeah. I taught third grade education rebels how to fight guerrilla tactics, right? Yeah. But the thing is, man, you teach life, right? And that's what we need. Yeah. We need more of that. We don't need just movements without thought, because that's what it is. Movement without thought is easily defeated, right? But if you apply life, man, you apply experience, you can live such a full life, right? And what I love about you is you do that. You go around, you spread that message as well. And also like my friends, my peers, like Ray, that is an ex-Navy SEAL. Yeah. He goes out, he spreads his leadership, and and I love seeing that. Yeah.
All the posts,
like I said, we have too much hate in this world.
Yeah.
We don't need that anymore.
It's crazy. Well, dude, I appreciate you're doing the same thing. I mean, you are, like I tell everyone on here, that every night I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to bring value. You have brought value into my life a lot, and you have brought value into many people around. And I'm not just saying that, man. I truly honored to see. I would see nothing better than watch a movie about you. I know the Bloodshot movie came out, and by the way, they took my whole series off, and then Valiant just put it on their channel. So now the series is back up. Which I wish I knew you at the time, because I played Bloodshot. I didn't know much about weapons. We use Nerf guns. Oh man, I can make things look clean with your help. But there'd be nothing better to read your story, man. I know one day, I know it's gonna happen. Universe is great. Everyone's drawing you. I got the painting of you, man. I'm telling you, there's nothing more I'd love to see, because it's real, it's passion, it's raw. And what you just said about changing people and getting them out of their their misery. That's why I do a lot of poetry too. I know it's like, but it's tough to do that, because it's hard to say, this is the truth I felt about your class. This is what it is. And it's so hard for people to be truthful. But when you're truthful, I feel like you can learn. And I was truthful with you, and I learned a lot. And I was truthful at a level 1, because I've never done that stuff before. But I told you too, I want to be better. I want to be better. You said, you're doing good as long as you focus on what you're doing today. Don't worry about what you're doing tomorrow.
And don't worry about the environments, because remember, it rained. It was cold. It was windy, right? I know. And a lot of guys, when I was talking, they were covering up and they were worrying about the environment. So let me explain this to you. It is through the hardships. It is through the hardships that one develops skill. So if you're able to master a skill set through the environments, my friend, then that is the true teachings. If you worry about the non-essentials, then that's all you're going to worry about. The code, the misery, the suffering. Dude, those are emotions that you can easily control, right? Hi, Track. How's it going, brother? Track is another one of my students.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
San Francisco. He's a great guy, too. But yeah, that's what it's about.
That's great, man.
Dude. So you want to train in suffering. You want to feel, because you know why? There's scarring in it. Yeah. You scar that energy into your soul. You'll never forget it, man. You'll respect it, right?
We did talk
so
about
that day, it scarred into you. I saw it. It scarred into you because that night you reflected deeply on the training.
Yep. And then we talked, and I remember doing that interview. I don't know, I was nervous doing it, or I don't know what was wrong with me. My energy was definitely off. I think because, again, your students do try to impress you to make you happy. You know what I mean? And so when I have students, like I have a golden retriever, he's driven to make me happy. He doesn't listen to other stuff, but he's driven to please. So I think it was just trying to, all the students are trying to please you. But once I know you, you're not looking for the pleasing, you're looking for the action and taking the next step, which is great.
Yes.
You're almost proud of someone doing it besides asking all the time. You're almost proud to say, hey, do it. And even though it might have been not the best shot or pleasing, but it pleases you better that students can listen and practice. I don't know. It's, you know what I'm saying? It was really great and interesting for me, man. So
hi Ahmad. How's it going, Ahmad?
Oh yeah, what's up, dude?
One of my brothers. Well, you met Ahmad.
Yeah,
what a great guy.
What's happening, man?
So part of Team Ronin. Much love, brother.
That's awesome.
So the thing about that is that that's the thing is you have to break down the teachings, right? It's deeper than just movements, right? You want to train the student, not the movements, right? Movements are movements. But I ask the student, this is the way I do it. And then if they tell me, hey, well, if I push a gun this way, then this will interfere with my kid. And I say, well, that's not your path. Yeah. See, because like water, what works for me may not work for you. So you have to find that 10%. And then that's where you came in, was you I remember, I'm like, hey, Jason, here is the task. Do you understand the task? He said, yes. And I said, do you understand the stance that you need to have in order to have structure for this rifle? He said, yes. So when you snapped up, you came up to a karate, your martial art discipline. Well, that martial art discipline is not too well for the gun, so you have to change the structure. But delivery of power is still the same.
Yeah.
A punch is a punch. So when I snap if I snap my rifle, it's the same like snapping a jab or a cross, right? It's the same power produced by the core. And that's what I was trying to tell you that day was that you have the movements. You just got to find the path.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to find it, man. And I appreciate you so much. Is there any last thoughts you can tell someone in a nutshell what's going on with this crazy world? You've been everywhere. You've been under pressure. You've faced death so many times. I think people aren't used to what's going on now. Is there anything you could tell, like my fans and other people in a nutshell, but that you can just mentally prepare, like instead of like everything's going to be fine, something you can tell us to apply if it's do something. What can you share with us to get our, I won't say mind off of it, but how do you survive? How do you survive when you have all that going on?
I believe in God in the heavens, and I believe in the powers of the universe. And when I say that is, gosh, man, God has tested me many times.
Yeah.
Right? And the universe has put me in these positions many times. So I know what suffering feels like. I do. And the thing is that.
Yo, what's up, bro? Wait, is this that new game everyone's been talking about?
What are you talking about?
You know that NTE game where
In the moment of these hardships, it's really the way you look at it. Right? So you can go, oh gosh, I'm stuck in this house. I wish I'm out. This and that. Well, you know what? Maybe this is the time for the young ones to pursue a higher level of education.
Yeah.
Right? For my older gentlemen, successful gentleman that works and all that, well, this is a successful time for you to find yourself again with your family. Mm-hmm. Right? So what I'm saying to you is how you look at things.
Yeah.
For me, during this time, first, I mean, we run the company, so we're kind of busy. But second, is to me to have time like this to connect with the followers, the viewers, and to spread the love and the message. And the message is this: strength comes from within. And the way you look at things through hardship, you find who you are and your character. So through the hardships, hey man, you're going to find yourself. So right now, through the hardship of, I don't know, quarantine, whatever, of the world, find yourself.
Yeah. Good.
And work on it.
So amazing, man. I love the fact that, with the gods in the heavens and the universe, it's amazing. It takes a champion and true warrior to say that. And I will tell everyone, not much I can say, except all I'm trying to do is be consistent for my own self, not to go insane and crazy, trying to teach students and do something and learn. And it is one of those things where I was like, oh man, thank you for taking time out of your day. I know you're busy. I know the team's busy. Like I said, not here to sell anyone, but I know I'm going to get hit a lot. Your runtactics.com is where people can go for your classes, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You buy the class. What I love about your class is that you have to do them because they are gone 3 months. Am I not correct?
They're gone in a few days.
Good. That makes people want to train. Like every time and it shows you get done 50%, 60%, which is super smart because it helps me. And then I'll go and repeat it. You know what I mean? So man, thank you for that. And thanks for providing love for the whole entire world. And thank you for your talk, because I know everyone's out there watching, but this talk was really for me. And for me is I need it because I have to continue leading people. And sometimes we need mentors and people to look up to. And you're a mentor and I look up to you, man. I really do.
Oh, arigato gozaimasu. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, guys. Thank you, man. Amazing. Awesome. So, guys, amazing talk. I talked there forever. I'm going to have to bring in Catherine and Nakia in just a second. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back. If you guys go into, I'm going to tell you everything on his page goes quick, man. It's quick. Running tactics, good stuff, good knives, even t-shirts, hats. Like, I'm not here to sell anything because it's gone all the time. But if you do follow him, true hero, man. There's a true hero serving our country and being a Green Beret.
All right, guys. I dropped the link if you want to come up. So I'm gonna play a song. Let me get a song on. Get things ready for you guys to come.
I could play the background. I could play the background. 'Cause I know sometimes I get in the way. So won't you take the lead? So won't you take the lead? And I could play the background. And you could take the lead.
Yeah. No more hand records, no more fake friends. Too many people switch when the story ends. Keyboard warriors typing like they know me. Talking real loud, but they never really show me.
Money is the root of all evil, I seen it. People lose their soul every day just to reach it. Smiles turn fake when the cash starts speaking. Hearts grow cold when the jealousy creeping. I got new friends, they believe since day one. Stay right beside me when the dark nights come. Never switch sides when the battles weren't won. Now we thank God for the things he's done. Only person that I trust is God above. Everybody else change when life is rough. So I keep my faith and I walk with love. Even when this whole world ain't enough.
I could play the background. I could play the background. Cause I know sometimes I get in the way. So won't you take the lead? So won't you take the lead? And I could play the background, and you could take the lead.
Yeah. I seen envy turn brothers into strangers. Seen fake love bring nothing but danger. Everybody wanna act tough on the internet, but real life pain got a different effect. So I stay focused, keeping God first. Even through the stress and the hurt. Every lesson in life gave me worth. Even when I fell, buried in the dirt. No more fake smiles, I can read lies. Too many masks hiding real eyes. But I still pray for the lost soul. Trying to fill emptiness with gold. Cause money can't save you when your spirit weak. Can't buy peace when your heart can't sleep. That's why every single night I seek God's voice every time I speak.
When the world turns dark, you still light my way. When my faith feels weak, you help me stay. Through every storm, you never leave. So I give you all of me and let you lead. Now I could play the background. I could play the background. Cause I know sometimes I get in the way. So won't you take the lead? So won't you take the lead? Then I can play the background, the ground, and you can take the lead.
No fake friends. No keyboard warriors. Only God I trust. You take the lead.
All right, so no one didn't hit the link. So I want to wish everybody thank you for coming to the live stream. And also this weekend, Sunday, I will talk about some movies, horror stuff / criminal on Sunday. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you on Sunday. Peace. Rudy is out.